The United States, a nation seeking its own independent path to progress, but stalled in its forward march by a government that grows more malignant with each passing day.
I was wondering if both of you could address one or all of Charlie Sheen's 20 questions to the president. I'm sure you guys are familiar with it, but it's Charlie Sheen had addressed the president with 20 questions. It was a mock interview. Being in journalism, you should be familiar with it.
I know of them. I have not gone through the questions.
What do you think about Obama specifically reopening an investigation into 9/11, seeing as 6 out of the 10 original commission members now are seeking that? And what do you think about him, doing that, especially with the big grassroots movement behind that?
Well, I mean, he's made himself pretty clear to the unhappiness of a lot of people that he does not want to spend his presidency relitigating what happened in George W. Bush's presidency. There are obviously a lot of people in this country who would like to see that, who think that something more significant by far needs to be done than what the Attorney General has started, which is a much more modest investigation, or I would call it preliminary investigation. But Obama's view is that he has changed some of those policies. Not everybody agrees that he has changed them as much as he says he has, but that he has changed them, and that he wants to move on and try to do the other things on his agenda, and that to tie the country up into what he believes could be a very rancorous debate over the past is not either in his interest or in the interest of the country, given the kinds of problems. But he's, as I say, he's clearly made a lot of people unhappy with that, and he's going to be dealing with that for some time.
That's a very good question, and we don't know the answer to it. Dan has answered it well. It is contentious, it is explosive, it is incendiary, it is divisive, at a time when we have all of those other elements going on. So from the standpoint of leadership, you can understand our president says, I'm looking to the future. And you can argue that we ought to have an accountability, not so much throwing people in jail. I would argue that myself, to find out what happened, but not to throw people in jail and ruin careers.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Thank you.